Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for PSY-45 research methods for Saturday, March 25th. Just going to go over a few items and reminders like I always do, so let's get started. First up, both your Chapter 9 and Chapter 10 discussion, which were both due yesterday there on Friday. Most of you did a nice job on those, but some of you are still getting things mixed up in terms of the difference between a between subjects and a within subjects design. Remember, a within subjects design, you only have one group, and you're going to expose everybody in that single group to all the levels of your IV, and some of you ended up for that Chapter 9 discussion designing between subjects designs and also on the problems that can impact within subjects designs regarding the interpretation of the results. You needed to identify something, as I had described in the setup information for the discussion, that's unique to within subjects design, so not environmental variables or participant variables, but rather things like fatigue, carryover, practice, order effect, those things that are really unique. And I really said that pretty clearly in the instructions. So always be careful to read the prompts so you provide the needed information. Next up here, as you know, we have our Unit 3 exam coming up early next week there, Monday through Wednesday, the 27th through the 29th. So use your study guide to help you prepare for that. You'll find it there at the bottom of Unit 3. Take a look at those two areas that are italicized with asterisks all around it. That's going to be the content your two short answer essay questions are based on. And as always, make sure that you submit your original work there. Don't copy and paste from the textbook or from some psychology website or from some AI generator. I'm going to know if you do those things, so please make sure that you just stick with the information that's in our book and make sure you paraphrase it there in your own words, and you won't have any problem. Also, don't forget that your mind tap assignments for chapters 8, 9, and 10, those are due on the Sunday evening before the exam opens up on Monday. And so by 11:59 p.m. Sunday, March 26th, you need to have those mind tap assignments done, so make sure that you get them in by that time there. Next up, Unit 4 is going to open up on Tuesday next week on the 28th. It will cover 3 chapters again, chapters 11, 12, and 13. And I will especially encourage you that you really should watch the lecture videos for Chapter 11. Chapter 11 covers the most complex designs we're going to examine. They're called factorial designs, and when you read your book, you're going to see what I mean. They're pretty complex, but there's a real easy way to decode these designs, and how they actually work and what we can find in their results. So watch the videos and you'll be glad you did it. It will really make it clear. I go to a lot of effort to do this even in a face-to-face class because it's a little challenging for folks to understand. So, but once somebody walks you through it and runs you through especially some concrete examples, you'll do it like a pro. So make sure that you take a look at that. Certainly work ahead once that unit opens up, or you can always knock out your quizzes, your discussions, and your mind tap, so you might want to do that. Next up here, just a reminder that your final literature review paper is due Wednesday, April 26th, so it's about a month away there. Don't forget the instructions are in that APA literature review module, which you'll find below Unit 5 of our course material. So again, scroll down near the bottom of our course page. You'll see the APA module. You want to open up the instructions for Component 3. Like you saw for the other two components, at the very top of those instructions, there's a little short how-to video where I walk you through in a show and tell way and show you what you got to do and tell you what you got to do with screenshots and everything. So do check that out. It'll make your life easier. When you open up, there's a file right below the video link there that says instructions and checklist. Make sure you read that carefully. That's where the real important details are. You'll find in the instructions part of that file that there are links to completed sample title pages and abstract pages and a completed sample APA style literature review paper. That's all from that online writing lab, the OWL, or the OWL as it's called. And so make sure you check that out and also review that checklist there as well. Because that's kind of a list of do's and don'ts, things you do want to have in your paper and things you don't want to have in your paper. So I put that together to make your life easier again. So please check that out before you start writing your paper so you don't have any major rewriting to do there. Don't forget there's also a sample completed literature review paper in your pocket guide to APA style. Remember, you access that through the MindTap platform. So when you're on MindTap, go down below Chapter 15. There you'll see the link to the pocket guide. You especially may want to take a look at the sample paper found in Chapter 9 of the pocket guide. There's 2 papers there, but the first one on birth order, that's the one you want to look at because that's a literature review. The other paper is an actual research report, which you're not doing, so don't bother with that, but do check that out there. It's always good to have a sample to look at so you can kind of see what you're supposed to turn in and what you need to shoot for, so definitely check that out. And as you'll find in that instruction file, And also just in the general instructions in the APA module, you're going to be turning in a paper that is 8 pages of length. So there's 8 pages of literature review content. That's where you're going to address every one of your 10 references and write 8 full pages about it. So make sure it's 8 full pages, not 7 1/4 and not 7 1/2, but 8 full pages. Make sure you say something about each one of your references at least one time. You're also going to be turning in a title page, an abstract page, and a page of references. So it's 11 pages altogether, but 8 pages are kind of the heart, or if you like, the meat and potatoes of your literature review, the actual content, and make sure that you report on the literature that you found there. Don't forget to incorporate the feedback from your outline. Some of you had some issues there with how you're doing citations or not citing all of them, or citing sources not found in your references, or just not having enough content. So make sure that you address all that stuff. That feedback from your outline is designed to help you use that to improve your final paper. So do take advantage of that. It's pretty objective, straightforward. I tell you what you got to fix, so make sure you take the time to incorporate that, and you'll do much better on your final paper. Let's see. Also, don't forget there's the Writing and Reading Center over in the library. There they can sit down with you and go over your paper instructions and your paper efforts and see if you're doing things well. You know, I can't teach you how to write, but the folks at the Writing and Reading Center can make sure you're writing well. So make sure that you take advantage of that. That's a free resource. It's over there in the library. You can find that on the tutorial information there on the college's website. All right, that's everything I wanted to say for right now. If you got any questions, please reach out via email on Canvas. Otherwise, good luck on your exam, study hard, and I will see you in those lecture videos. And take care until then. All right, bye-bye.